What's going on, guys? CardMechanic here, and today I'm going to be teaching you the best card control using the Overhand Shuffle. Let's do it. So I'm going to be breaking down this video into two parts. The first part will be maintaining the stack on top of the deck, and the second part will be maintaining the stack on the bottom of the deck. So that being said, let's get started. So when maintaining a stack on top of the deck, or even a single card, this is my go-to overhand shuffle method of keeping that card controlled on top. So I start off by tossing over a packet of cards. Usually it's about a fourth of the deck, but this is a bit more. So I usually toss about a fourth of the deck over, then I push over the top card. Then I continue overhand shuffling the rest of the deck over. Now once I'm done here, I come along and get a thumb break right on top of this card that's sticking out. So the way I do that is I come here, push down and forward, and then you'll get that thumb break right here. Now from this position, you're actually just going to start throwing cards over from this top packet. So continue throwing over until you get to that break, and then from the break you're going to throw the rest of these cards over. So you'll see that the top packet, or top card if you want, is maintained. So up to full speed, it would look something like this. And we'll see that the four aces are still maintained on top. Now a few tips when actually performing this: the messier you make it look, the better it's actually going to look in front of the spectator. So the way I usually practice, I come over, throw a few cards over, then I try to make this part as messy as possible. Now of course I have that break here, push down and forward, get that break. And of course make this part seem very messy as well. You can even have cards flying. And then once that's done, you take this, throw the rest of it over, and you have your stack maintained right on top. And then of course you can do this with bigger stacks as well, depending on how many cards you're having. So I would recommend doing no more than a third of the deck that's arranged in some kind of stack using this method. So in this method, I'm maintaining a stack of cards on the bottom of the deck. So it could be a stack or it could be a single card. Again, up to you what you're doing on that. And the way that you actually do this is you come over, you start off doing the overhand shuffle. And when you feel like you have the stack that you're controlling, or the single card you're controlling, you want to throw the rest of these cards on top, except you want to throw them a bit forward. So it's like this. Right, so the cards you want to maintain, you throw them a bit forward than the rest of the deck. And you want to ensure that the deck looks, this entire deck that's here, looks as messy as possible. So then when you come here, you come with these two fingers, you push up here, square these up, and in that motion, you actually let these cards fall straight down into your hand like this and continue the shuffle like that. So once again, you're throwing these over. When you get to that packet, you throw here, grab these, and continue shuffling. Now up to speed, this should look completely normal. Again, make it look as messy as possible, and you have those cards maintained on the bottom of the deck. Now there is another method you can use to control the cards on the bottom of the deck. And now it's not my go-to method, but it still works just as well. So similar to when we were controlling the cards on top of the deck, making them stay there. So you're going to toss these over, continue shuffling. Now when you get to that packet you want to maintain, you want to push these cards back like this. Throw the rest of these over, and now you want to push down and forward again to get that break. And now from this break, you're actually just going to throw over this packet like this, except throw over the entire packet, and then continue shuffling the rest over. Now the reason I don't prefer that method is because when I do that method, as you actually just saw, sometimes not all the cards, oh, that was the wrong way. So like I was saying, when using this method, sometimes when I'm actually throwing these cards over like this, when I'm actually throwing this packet over, sometimes I get one or two cards that slip from here, or sometimes I get like this whole thing falls and I have one card remaining. So for me, that's just due to practice, but it's whichever method you prefer. I prefer the method where, you know, it's just like this. Makes life a lot easier for me. Now, of course, you can also do a full deck false shuffle, which I'll not be teaching in this video because I already made a video about it. So there would really be no point of me teaching that. So I'll put the link to that on the screen and description in case you want to actually do a full deck false shuffle. And if you learn that, then there's really no reason to have, you know, either of these shuffles that I showed you. But, you know, once in a while you want to take it easy, have a nice controlled top and a nice controlled bottom shuffle. You know, pretty much up to you on what you want to do. But I'd highly recommend learning the full deck false shuffle also, because it's pretty cool to learn and it gets you some amazing results with card tricks that require a setup. Right, and that's pretty much all I got for you today. And that's pretty much it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to go check out my Patreon page to help support my channel because that'll really mean a lot to me. So link to that in the description along with all my social media stuff, so make sure to check that out as well. And all that being said, I will see you in the next video.